people say Berlin is such a nice place, full of art, full of inspiration, and I heard you have some memories of Berlin too. What are those?
Well, for a start off, it's not true. It's filled with wankers. But yeah, I lived there for 9 months. It's really where I started to make music, so it's very special to me, my time living there. What it gave me is an ability to not have to work every single day in order to pay my rent. That was the initially incredible thing about it, was that I could work. I used to do like painting and decorating people's apartments and things like that, and I could work, for a week, a month, and pay my rent, and then the rest of the time I had to think about what it even was that I could do, or what it even was that I could be. And so, out of that grew the music that I make now, was that incredible time to gather my thoughts. It was really fantastic, yeah.
So even though it was also a hard time, would you say you will do it exactly that way again, if you could? Or would you change something, like little stuff?
No, I wouldn't change anything. You can never change anything. How could you even think that? Of course, there are things that I would wish were different and that would have worked out differently, but I don't think it's even worth thinking about, because you have your little path in life and you have to follow it, and wherever that takes you, it's all inevitable, isn't it?
Do you think you can? Most people can really write their own destiny in a path of their lives?
I don't really believe in free will. I don't think anybody writes their own destiny. I think it's all set out for you before you even begin. So
it's not coincidence. It's destiny, or
yeah. How can there be a coincidence? It's an insanely arrogant thought to think that you have the power to make your own decisions. I think if there is cause and effect in the universe, and if everything stems from one beginning, I'm not coming from a religious perspective. I don't believe in any religion. It just makes sense to me that everything can be worked out, if you have the right ability to. Yeah.
I do believe in coincidence. I think that's the way it works. Because if not, everything would be destined. You can't change anything, and that thought would make me very sad. And you probably...
Sad.
Yeah, if I can't change anything.
That's why I'm so sad.
No, you're not. Okay, maybe you should adapt my thought.
Yeah, maybe.
Do believe in coincidence.
Maybe I should adapt your philosophy, yeah. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Some things don't make sense, and you mentioned you don't believe in God, you said. No. Does that also, God doesn't make sense at this vague image of God, or the things that God should give to the people, like the mentality that's behind God?
I just think the idea that there is a God who is specifically for human beings is incredibly arrogant. It's like, there's an underlying assumption there that the universe is all centered around us. We are the center, and there is a God who has planted Adam and Eve, and this whole idea is so egocentric. It's like there's a lot more out there than us that's a lot more incredible and interesting than we could even possibly imagine. And why would we be the center of everything? Why would everything be designed around us? It's that mentality again that really kind of it's a very human thing, but we need that. It's kind of people desire that because it makes life easier to get along with. But I don't think that way. Yeah.
I guess there are no people that are really not self-centered, like even Mother Teresa. She said she's doing it because she feels better. I guess it's that way how human beings are.
I mean, I don't want to get all Ayn Rand on you, but it's kind of, there are, everything has, every creature has its own selfish desires, and and its own desire to be the center of its own world, and that's perfectly natural. I don't discount anybody for that thought because I understand it, but I don't feel myself to be anything but a tiny little speck of sand on a vast beach of time. It's kind of my existence is almost non-existent. I want it to be, and I hope that it can be everything that is I desire, which is for it to be varied, which is for it to be, really to experience as many different things as I possibly can, and to follow or be able to follow a path which is exciting to me, and to have freedom from other human beings exerting their control over me. That's the main thing. I don't want other people to exert control over me. I don't see that they have the right to.
I agree.
Yeah.
Why should other human beings have the control over other human beings?
Yeah.
I guess, well, that's a lot of philosophical things we're talking about.
Yeah, now we got that out of the way. Why don't you ask me when my new single is out or something?
You want to talk about that?
No,
no,
I'm
you
just
don't.
joking.
No, but I would like to go back a little bit to your music.
Yeah, sure.
And we talked about a little bit about time, and you have some elements out of the 50s in your music, and I guess the 50s were different. Matters and elegance were there, and nowadays it seems to not be so present anymore.
I don't think anything really changes. I don't think people are any different to what they were 50, 200, 1,000, 5,000 years ago. I don't think people really change. I think we think it changes, but if you read novels from like Mark Twain did these great travel books about him traveling around Europe, and his experiences of the different countries and the mentalities of the different countries and how the people behaved was so exactly the same as it is today that I can't help but think that I don't think really that much changes. I mean, we have we luckily over the last 50 or so years we've softened and become a lot more liberal in our thoughts towards other people and a lot more accepting of other people, which is a brilliant and incredible thing, and I hope it continues to go in that way. I hope we can, reach a time when it's not, people don't judge others and treat others according to like ridiculous criteria, like what sexuality they are or what color their skin is, or these kind of bullshit things that they treat them according to their character. But I don't think really that, across the board, I don't think really that much changes. I think we will always be, like warfaring creatures. We will always want to fight each other. We will always have the desire to enslave others. It's kind of, these things are elements of human nature that unfortunately I don't really see disappearing,
We are evolving, and hopefully, I hope we learn with time, even though it seems to me like people do always the same mistakes, even though they should have learned,
Yeah, well, here's hoping.
Would you say in your music, would you also try to, maybe attempt some of your thoughts? You do have really interesting perspectives. Would you like to put some more into your music, maybe in your new album? So we're getting back to...
Yeah, maybe. It's, but that's kind of a difficult thing. I always wanted to express something that was, that had some deeper meaning. But it's, I love really stupid songs. I love really I love music that's really dumb. I love music that doesn't express anything and has no message to send. I think it's I love music for many different reasons. I like the visceral response that you have to it. I love it when it's you know, makes you feel something, or it doesn't necessarily have to make you think. You know, it's like there's many different types of things, but maybe, who knows? I don't know. Yeah.
And you have 2 girls in your band. Don't they sometimes distract you? You know, girls do that sometimes.
You think girls distract you? Yeah. Not them specifically, because you know, they're friends of mine. But I think I wish that more girls played music. It's really, I only learned that how very few girls play instruments. Nobody encourages their female children to learn to play the guitar, or learn to play the drums, or learn to play, you know, piano. It's incredible. And so, you know, I think I would love to be able to, for it not to even be kind of a question, you know?